This is Wilson Ross from Black Men TV talking to the one and only Salli Richardson-Whitfield, who's coming on back to direct more episodes of Lakers, the winning season. Winning time, actually. I'm always getting confused how I'm saying this. But either way, you're also an EP on the series. So having done the last two episodes of season one, did it make it easier coming back and starting off the first episode?
Definitely. I knew what I was in for. But I also knew that there was unfinished business. Last year I feel like I had figured out basketball. Me and Todd Van Hazel, the director of photography, like we had really, figured out what it should be. And then this season, we really got to get there and dream big and do it bigger and better. And I think it shows.
We don't know how long or how many seasons we're going to get out of this. So coming into this, was there already a map as far as how they wanted to start off season two? We know obviously eventually what happens, but in order to stretch it out, how much did you have to go into as far as directing this first episode, knowing where it would lead to before the season ends?
Well, I think that quickly when we were thinking about the second season, we realized we needed to jump a few seasons because we wanted to get to Celtics and Lakers, basketball. We wanted to really jump into that Bird and Magic rivalry and get into a little bit more of the drama. And this season definitely delivers on that. We get to see more about the Bus family and the sibling rivalry. We get to see more about Magic's family life and the drama that he's dealing with. And of course, when you win, that everyone's coming for you the next few seasons. And what is that like for this team? So we cover a lot of a lot of stuff this season, but I think it's very satisfying.
I'm a sports fan and I knew some of the history and obviously just whatever's out there publicly. For you coming on board and when you read the script, how much did you know going in just as a fan and then having to direct these episodes?
Well, I've definitely learned a lot this year, but before I started last year, I read Jeff Pearlman's book that the show is based on. So I really, and that book is so good, and that's what this is based on. And then, of course, I've learned more and more because there's been so many other books written and articles and vintage footage. So there's a lot for them to choose from. So it's definitely been a great history lesson about not just the Lakers, but basketball in the '80s.
Mhm. Now, obviously, you've got an extensive career already directing. You've done a number of ensemble shows. This is a huge ensemble. Each episode has a lot of speaking parts. Is it more or less for you when you're doing this, knowing that, okay, there's a lot of places in here, a lot of moving parts?
This is a big machine. And I think that all the shows that I did for this have prepared me to tackle such a beast, and I have, you have these iconic stars, these iconic characters. You have young actors that you have to deal with. You have basketball players that are coming in who've never acted before. So there's a lot of different skill sets that I sort of pull from. And but I think that at this point in my career, I was ready for it, and it's been really an exciting year and a great challenge. Biggest challenges of my life, and I don't know. It's been just great fun.
Now, there are some action sequences. This is not a basketball movie or so forth or series. It is a basketball series, but we're not getting a lot of like creative shots like we're saying in Swag or other shows like that. And then, but for you, was it new coming into it last year as far as learning that technique?
Well, I would have to beg to differ. You get some spectacular shots in this thing. What's been so fun about this show is that we recreate the actual footage, but then we throw all the tricks at it. We started the thing with the skater cam. We've got a car out there. We have cranes diving in and out of the game. I think this is basketball that no one has ever seen before and it's been shot like this. So yes, it was a learning curve, but it's almost like shooting a big action sequence. And really what makes our basketball even more exciting is that we jump inside of it for the narrative of it. What are those moments in the huddle that no one's ever seen before? What are those looks between Magic and Bird that people imagine is happening? And I think that that's what people come to look for, is really what is that narrative inside of the game.
Now, for those who are not aware, what is the difference? Obviously, they see you directing multiple episodes here, but you're also an EP, but we also have like a number of other EPs on there. So, what is the role of an EP outside of just more than one?
Well, as an EP director, I'm really there to make sure that even when I'm not directing, so I did the first episode and I do the last two, sort of bookend it. I'm there to sort of oversee the other directors when they come in, make sure we're keeping the continuity of what the show is. Obviously, working with any problems on the set with actors, sort of that liaison. I'm the voice that's always around the set to make sure things are rolling, the way they're supposed to. And then, in dealing and talking with the writers, if I see a problem, we talk about that. If an actor has a question, I answer that for them. It's just having that one voice on the set all the time that people, they can come to.
Does it take a long time to rise up to that level of being EP? Obviously, as I watched your background, I'm looking at your stuff you've done over the years. You've worked a long time. Obviously, you were an EP on Gilded Age. You're an EP now. But it doesn't come easy for a lot of people. How much hard work needs to be done in order to rise up to that level?
Um, well, a lot. And I think it's just about, I think, my particular work ethic, no matter how small or big any of the shows were before as I've come up, I put in 200% all the time. I'm always wanting to learn more and grow more. And I just think that this is sort of my time in life. I was an actress for many years, but I think that those 30 years of acting really were preparing me to be the director that I am now. And this has just been, I just love it. And hopefully it shows on the screen.
Every new project, every new episode is something new. No one can ever stop learning. What's your takeaway having done this season, when you have a bigger responsibility?
Oh, kind of what you just said. I am still learning. You think you know so much, like coming from the Gilded Age, after producing that, I learned so much. Like in particular on this show, Winning Time, the editing process. Our editors are amazing. They are like the unsung hero on this show. We have so many camera going sometimes that they really do the heavy lifting. So I learned so much more about editing in this particular show. So and who knows next show what I'll learn there, but I'm always willing to grow.
For those who haven't read the book and then they're seeing the series unfold week by week and they're seeing these things happen, are there any embellishments with some of the characters that, as we see some of these stories play out?
Well, I mean, of course, there's a dramatization of things because we can never know what happened, inside of a closed door room. But this season, we sent out a companion guide so that people could really see what actually happened, what things we maybe changed around a little bit, what is dramatized, so we could sort of get ahead of any problems. There's a lot of research done, being done. There are many books written by many of the own players themselves that we can pull from their articles, there's footage. So our writers do a lot of research. They love the Lakers and they want to do it right and they want to honor these guys.
Mhm. Is there any particular part of your skill set as a director that got improved here? Was it a matter of camera angle, takes, or so forth? Like when you come into this, as you shot that final episode, what was it that you did differently from the previous episode?
I think that what we made sure we did, we saved a lot of things for this last two episodes, a lot of, and we wanted the basketball to grow throughout the season. So we may have had like some little, like we had this little RV car that we saved. We were like, we are not using this until we get to the end. So we still have some more tricks up our sleeves. Um, so that kind of stuff is what we did. But it's just fun working. I got amazing actors in this. What are you gonna? I can't go wrong. I've got Adrien Brody. I got John C. Reilly. I got Jason Clarke. I got Jason Segel. I've got Quincy Isaiah. I mean, Michael Chiklis. I can't go wrong with this. These guys come prepared. They come ready to bring it.
I can name drop, but we don't have enough time. But just to leave you, or at least to ask you one last question: when are we going to get a Salli Richardson film?
Uh, I'm working on it. It takes a long time to get a feature made, but I would have to say at this point in my career, I am ready for it, and I'm looking for that special project as we speak.
Until the meantime, we've got Winning Time to check out. Congratulations, and we'll talk down the
Thank,
road. Take care.
thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.